Welcome, everybody, to Poplar Bluff Senior High School. We're going to go live with our production coming up at 4:05. We just wanted to jump online a little bit earlier. We had some issues yesterday. We had a little bit of technical issues on Saturday. I'm hoping that everything got worked out. If you don't mind, leave us a line. Let us know if you're hearing everything coming in loud and clear. We're going to begin at about 4:05. I'll be going down field side, and we'll be interviewing head coach Steve Edwards of Poplar Bluff, and that's coming up at approximately 4:05 this afternoon, and first pitch is coming up at 4:30.
the 20, the 10, 5, and touchdown. It's going all the way.
And good afternoon. Welcome now to Bobby Strenfel Field in Poplar Bluff for a big SEMO Conference matchup between Poplar Bluff and the Kennett Indians. I'm Frankie Castillo. We are live on the field. Joining us right now, the head coach of Poplar Bluff, head coach Steve Edwards. And here this afternoon, coach, your team coming in 2-0 in the conference. You look at this Kennett ball club, and they're pretty good as well, coming in 1-2. Give me your thoughts here on your first thoughts here on Kennett and just how good this game may be in the end.
Kennett's really good, no doubt. They got a lot of returners back from last year's team. They won state last year. They're picked number 1 this year again. I mean, they're good. I don't look at records and think anything about that. I just, got to go out there and play ball. Kennett is going to grind. They're going to do things right. They're going to try to be aggressive on the base paths. They're going to try to get us to make mistakes, and we just can't fall for it, and we got to play our game, stay true to our plan.
One thing that you and I talked about earlier this morning is we thought they might go with one of their aces, Reese Robinette, but instead they're going to go with Tanner Duncan. What are your thoughts on him? And even though he may not be the ace in the hole, so to speak, Tanner Duncan's a pretty good pitcher.
Tanner Duncan's really good. I mean, you can't sit there and say he's not their ace or 2, 3, whatever. He's going to be in the mid-80s. He's got a nice little hook, a slider. He can throw the ball well. He's going to do good things, and we just have to try to get him off his game a little bit and move people around and score on him. I mean, it's a baseball game, If it was easy, then everyone would do it. So let's just go out and have fun.
Last couple of ball games, Coach, your team has really come alive offensively. Go back to yesterday, putting up 8 runs in the second inning. How is that game going to maybe carry over to today's game with the offense, do you think?
Well, we look to come out and be aggressive and do what we have to do, but you don't know. I mean, we're going to have the same mindset. We're going to look for our pitch. We're going to hunt our pitch, and we're going to go after it and try to get them dogs going early.
One thing we talked about is your defense. Your offense has been really good this season. Today, the winds are going to play havoc all game long. It's blowing straight out to left field. Talk about your outfield. Are they ready for this challenge here this afternoon?
They better be. No, we got out here a little early. There's some fly ball action and stuff. The wind is crazy. I told the outfielders, play back, play deep, figure it out and, communicate. Got to scream when everyone can hear you and stuff, and make sure we're doing it because it's going to swirl around, do a lot of things. A routine pop fly might get out of here today.
And, of course, looking on the mound for your ball club, Cannon Carr looks like he is in the bullpen warming up. Is that going to be the starter here for this afternoon?
Yes, Cannon Carr's got the nod. He's going to start. Pitch count still. I know we're playing Kennett, and I know it's a big game, but it's a game. And our focus is on longevity for the year and get ready for districts and stuff. So we're going to go out this, and he's on his pitch count, and when it's time to pull him, if he's in the middle of a batter, we're taking him out. That's kind of how we've been doing it.
I know we've asked you this a lot this season, Coach. So far in the first 4 games of this season, the first 5 games, we have left over 30 men on base. How critical is that going to be today if we get them on base to drive them in?
It's very critical. You need to get runs when you can, especially against a good team like this. And, no one likes to leave guys on base. Our guys, and, I told my guys, I said, I know you're not trying to leave guys on base. I mean, no one wants to say, oh, man, we got bases loaded, let's leave them on, So, we're working. They're doing things right. We just got to come through the right time and stay true to ourselves. We can't guess pitches, and we got to look for our pitch to go oppo and do certain things.
All right, Coach, last question. To beat Kennett, for your team to get 3-0 this season, what do you have to do to take down the state-ranked Kennett Indians?
Just play our game. Don't worry about state rank. Don't worry about the name on their jersey, because Poplar Bluff is a hell of a team too, so we got to get after it.
There you go, Coach. Best of luck to you. We'll see you guys afterwards. Head Coach Steve Edwards joining us live here as we begin the pregame here on the field, and we're going to make our way back up top and bring you the first pitch coming up at 4:30. It is the Mules and the Kennett Indians. It is going to be a great ball game coming up today. Kennett is ranked number 1 for a reason, maybe the best team that we have seen all season. We're going to find out just how good they are coming up at the bottom of the hour. It is the Mules and the Kennett Indians coming up. We are live from Poplar Bluff High School at Bobby Strenfel Field. You're listening to Mules Baseball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network. I love it. Hey, it's called a soundbite for a reason. All right, thank you, Coach. And we are back here live. This time we have moved up inside the broadcast booth away from the wind. And thank you again to head coach Steve Edwards joining us live here on the field. That is becoming something that we might incorporate into the broadcast every time that we do our pregame interviews. We may be moving down field side from this point forward. It is a lot of fun, and of course Coach Steve Edwards always so gracious to give us the opportunity to be able to interview him. And of course he had some great words of encouragement for the boys as of course we get ready for Mules baseball coming your way in about 17 minutes. We did see one of our officials here today, so once we get the other one here, I believe we may get started. Maybe we might get lucky and go just a little bit earlier than anticipated. And, of course, that'll be some good news if we're able to do that. So, of course, the opening pitch is coming your way beginning at 4:30 this afternoon. You look at this team that we're going to see coming up out of Kennett. And once again, we've said this now all afternoon. They are state-ranked for a reason. Coming in overall 1-2 on the season. And, of course, yesterday they played a barn burner. They took on the Cape Central Tigers, and we played Cape on Saturday. We were able to get the win on Saturday. We were able to get it on Saturday, 12-7 yesterday. Cape Central, they were able to get the win over Kennett as well. And, of course, they were able to pick up a big win, 4-2 yesterday. So we shall see if if Kennett is able to, or the Mules rather, are able to keep their winning streaks alive. We will see it coming up here in just a moment. We're going to have, as the umpires now walking out, well, we've got something going on. Well, we've got Keith now walking out, and he's going to walk out and meet with the coaches of Kennett and Poplar Bluff. So not exactly sure what is going on here at the plate, and we'll try to get an explanation for you. All right, we are back here live, and we're being told that we are going to have a little bit of a delay here this afternoon. I'm not sure the exact particulars other than we are waiting for another umpire to arrive in Poplar Bluff. So with that being said, we are going to have a little bit of a delay. I'm not sure how long this delay is going to run. I will tell you that both teams are ready to go, and they've had their infield, outfield. Each team has met with their respective coaches, and we are just waiting for the umpire to arrive in Poplar Bluff. In the meantime, what we will do is we'll say hello to Grace Brooks, who is tuning in live on Facebook. Also, a big shout out to Joshua Knight as well, big Mules fan, and we appreciate you guys tuning in on social media. On a more serious note, though, I do want to tell you that coming up tomorrow, we're going to see something in Southeast Missouri that I've never seen in my lifetime. I'm 37 years old. We had a weather conference earlier today, and the meteorologist out of Paducah was telling us that we had a weather conference. And by the way, Tim, get a shot of old David Durbin out there in center field right there. Number 10, every ball game, he runs as hard as he can all the way to center field and back just to get himself pumped up before a ball game. I was going to say that we're going to see a trifecta of weather coming in on Wednesday. There you go. There's a head first slide there by David Durbin. You betcha. The team ready to go. They're going to pick him up now. There we go. We've got an instant replay here in the booth. That'll make you a highlight there for David Durbin. Look at him hustling there, sliding in. Anyways, what I was going to say was we've got a trifecta of weather coming in our direction tomorrow. Take away the thunderstorm activity. Did you know that we're going to see wind gusts of up to 55 miles an hour, and that's going to happen over a prolonged period of time? That has not happened at least in 30 years in Poplar Bluff, maybe even longer than 30 years, but that's what's going to happen tomorrow. Also, we're going to see the threat of severe storms. Right now, the entire region is outlooked under an enhanced risk of severe weather, and then we've got the heavy rainfall on top of all that. So tomorrow, thank goodness that we are playing today instead of tomorrow. Otherwise, could you imagine if I was up here doing the ball game and we stuck Tim outside in that weather? Wouldn't that be funny? That would be hilarious. As long as I kept this booth inside, I would be okay with that. So bottom line is we're going to keep our cameras going because we've already had some issues, and Tim on the fly was able to right now fix them. So if you're just tuning in on the radio or tuning in on Facebook or YouTube, you're like, hey, wait a minute. We're not doing any kind of announcements or anything. What's going on? Well, we are awaiting the arrival of an umpire, it looks like, and we're going to have a little bit of a delay coming in today. So keep that in mind. I know Coach Kent Keith right now, he is on the horn doing all he can to get somebody here to officiate, because we've got ourselves a barn burner coming up here in a little while. So what we're going to do is on the radio side of things, what I want to do real fast is I'm going to get back to live programming coming up on the radio side, but we're going to keep it right here on the video side just because I don't want to unhook anything and take a chance of something messing up. So on the radio, we're going to come back in just a moment. As soon as we find out a better time, we'll come back and we'll get ready for the Mules baseball game against the Kennett Indians. If you're watching us on Facebook and YouTube, don't go anywhere. We're going to stay with you a little while longer until we realize or we know what time we're going to start this ball game. Right now for the radio, we'll duck out and get you back into Sean Hannity. We'll come back right before the opening pitch on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network. All right, so we're still here live on Facebook and on YouTube. I wanted to at least let the radio audience get back to a regular programming just for a little while. And, of course, as soon as we find out exactly what we're going to be doing, we'll let you know. Right now, Coach Kent Keith, he is on the phone aggressively trying to figure out what we're going to do. So bear with us. We do have a little bit of a delay, but that is live TV, live radio at its finest. Jenny Robinson, glad to have you alongside. Hopefully, we'll be able to get this game underway very, very soon. So what we're going to do in the meantime is we're just going to hang out here, I guess, and I'll let Tim grab a snack, maybe a hot dog or something. And I'm going to sit here and watch our camera feed and make sure nothing goes wrong. So I'm going to go down field side, and we're going to figure out maybe a better time of when we're going to be able to start, and then we'll come back. I'll have to mute the audio just because if I don't mute the audio, there is and Tim will also do some music as well. I don't want to get pulled off of Facebook for copyright infringement, so we'll check in periodically. We're not going anywhere. We're going to leave it all hooked up. Stay with us. Mules baseball is coming up. Our first pitch might be delayed. It will be delayed by a few minutes. I'll try to find out exactly when our first pitch will be coming up here in a mere matter of moments. And, of course, you're watching Mules baseball exclusively on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network. We're back in just a moment. Stay with us. right, we are back here on Facebook, YouTube, and on the radio. We have been told game time. We're going to play at 4:45. So here's what happened. One of the umpires that was going to be here today had to go to the hospital. We wish him all the best, obviously. That's a very serious thing. We're not sure his condition. But today we're going to have Steve Messick. He'll be behind the plate. Filling in today, at least for a little while, is going to be David Burke. He'll be the man, if you're watching us on social media right now, he is the man right there at home plate without any equipment on in the blue jeans. So he's agreed to help us out. We appreciate him. And, of course, we're going to get started coming up at around 4:45 coming up this afternoon. And it will be Mules baseball finally going to get this game underway. And there was a lot of concern whether or not we were going to be able to have the game here today, but thankfully everybody kind of was patient. A big shout out to Coach Aaron New out of Kennett for helping us out here today as well, being patient with us. So we are looking forward now to the opportunity between Poplar Bluff and Kennett coming up in a mere matter of moments. Kennett, obviously, they are ranked number 1 in the state of Missouri, and, of course, they are the reigning state champions a year ago. Mules took on Kennett last year twice, and each time only scoring 1 run each ball game. And, of course, you look at the Mules here, and they've got a lot to digest and a lot to get ready for. So today it'll be the Mules, it'll be the Kennett Indians, and, of course, I know we're getting some more feedback on our camera feed here on YouTube. Again, we're going to get that fixed, so bear with us. And as soon as Tim gets back in, he should be able to get that fixed for us here in a few moments. So coming up, it will be the opening pitch. We're going to be about 20 or so minutes late. Well, make that maybe 8 minutes or so late. But each coach right now is warming up, or I should say meeting with the home plate umpire right now. So that means we're going to be getting started in just a few moments. For right now, we'll take a quick timeout on the radio. Come back. We will have your starting lineups. Opening pitch is coming up between the Mules and the Kennett Indians. You're listening to Mules Baseball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network. Balor getting introduced, batting third this afternoon. We're having some equipment issues, and of course we will figure this out, and we will hopefully get this resolved in a mere matter of moments. There we go. Now we're back on. Good deal. I think it was a cord issue, I think, Tim, possibly. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. So coming up, we will have the opening pitch here in just a moment, as the Mules get set to take on the Kennett Indians. And, of course, here in a moment, we'll have to cut the feed for the national anthem. But once the national anthem is done, we will come back and we will get this game started. Here is our national anthem. anthem, and we're going to play ball. And once again, welcome you back in on Facebook, YouTube, and the radio. And we are about to get underway this afternoon live from Bobby Strenfel Field. Let's take a look now at our starting lineups here. We'll start with the Kennett Indians, leading things off at left field at number 1, Braden Trice, or make that Tice. Batting second at center field at number 13, Brooks Niggett. Batting third at third base, number 18, Reese Robinette. The cleanup spot today is number 2, Tanner Duncan. He'll be the pitcher. Batting fifth at first base, number 3, JT Williams. Batting sixth at right field at number 7, Trey Gardner. Batting seventh at shortstop, number 11, Tanner Pierce. And batting eighth, he is the second baseman, number 5, Matt Gardner. And batting ninth, he'll be the DH, number 10, Ashton Williams. And not batting but the catcher is number 4, Caleb Duncan. And now defensively for the Poplar Bluff Mules, here is your starting lineup. Defensively, out in left field at number 27, Kobe Greenwall. At center field at number 9, Dylan Hall. Over in right field, number 7, Jacob Valenzuela. In the infield, over at third base, number 3, Axton Eisenbeis. At shortstop, number 1, Brady Robertson. Also at second base, number 11, Noah Spain. At first base, number 40, Kason King. Behind the plate, it is number 5, Jacob Balor. And on the mound for the Poplar Bluff Mules, it is number 12, Cannon Carr, the right-hander for the Mules. Coming in this season, he has pitched 3 innings so far, giving up 6 hits, 11 runs, 5 earned, 8 walks, 3 strikeouts. His ERA, 11.67. However, I got to tell you, he has done so well here the last few games. Great job, Tim, on the starting lineups there defensively for the Mules. We put that together for you folks at home watching us on social media. All right, so here we go. The opening pitch coming your way. Game time, 4:43. It is a muggy 72 degrees in Poplar Bluff, and the wind south at 16 miles an hour, and we are underway for a ball one called outside. 72 degrees here in Poplar Bluff, and of course it's going to be windy all afternoon. The winds are going to be an issue, blowing straight out to left field. Somebody gets a hold of one today, and it could be see you later instantly here at Bobby Strenfel Field. It is 1 ball, 1 strikes, and we thank you so much for tuning in. This one is rocked outside. It'll be taken down the third base line, out of play. It is now 1 ball and 2 strikes to the leadoff man, and that is Braden Tice. This one gets away to the backdrop. You can hear it because it hit the mic. That's how you know that ball ricocheted the way that it did. Boy, today's just been bizarre getting a start here today. This one misses inside for ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes. You heard Coach Edwards talk about this during the pregame. We've got about 7 guys that can go today if need be. Payoff pitch called strike 3, and that surprised Mr. Tice. And 1 down in the inning. Nice pitch by Cannon Carr. And now coming up to bat, the center fielder, number 13, Brooks Niggett. He will be the second batter of the inning. Good strikeout there by Cannon Carr. Cannon Carr, that's his 9th strikeout on the season. This one taken for ball 1 outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Mules yesterday were able to put up 15 runs over the Dexter Bearcats. 8 of those runs coming in inning number 2. Here is the next pitch. This one's a ground ball. This one over the head of Eisenbeis. It'll be a 1-out hit. Good job by Greenwald quickly over there to make the stop. And 1 on, 1 down here in the inning. And now Reese Robinette. He is a stud on the mound. He pitches near 90 miles an hour when he's on the bump. He is a dangerous left-handed hitter. It'll be a righty versus lefty. Reese Robinette. Tanner Duncan, the pitcher, awaits on deck. Cannon Carr now checks the runner back at first base. Here's the opening pitch. This one is down low for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. So many storylines on this game alone. It is a big rival matchup between Poplar Bluff and Kennett. Last season, the Mules had 2 shots at them and could not pick up a win. Talking to Brady Robertson, talking to Dylan Thatcher after the game on yesterday's game. They're just excited to be able to get this opportunity. 2-0 right now in the conference, and they know firmly if they're going to have a home playoff game in the upcoming SEMO Conference, they know they've got to beat Kennett or possibly get a combination of wins. They've already beaten Cape, already beaten Dexter. They would love to be able to beat Kennett right here. There's a shot, this one out to center field, and it's going to split, and it's going to be a goner, a 2-run blast. I told you, I just got through saying if somebody gets a hold of one, the way these winds are going, it might carry, and Reese Robinette, a 2-run blast. It is now 2-0 at Kennett on a bomb by Reese Robinette. Ball taken downstairs. That was a huge home run all the way out near center field. It is 400 at straightaway center. This one is also popped up. And Greenwall gets underneath it, and he'll make the catch, and there's 2 down here in the inning. This outfield is going to get a lot of work coming up here today. So 2 down in the inning, but Kennett has jumped off to a 2-0 lead, thanks in part to a 2-run blast by Reese Robinette. JT Williams now the first baseman coming up to the plate, and strike called on the outside part of the plate. No balls and a strike to the 5th man of the inning, JT Williams. Carr now gets set at the belt. Here's the pitch. There's a fly ball out of play behind us. No balls and 2 strikes. Mules are down by a couple of runs against the Kennett Indians. We're going to see Tanner Duncan. He'll be on the mound here today. We'll see how he does coming up. Eric Wallace is tuning in all the way out in Kenmore, Washington. This one's taken outside for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Those winds are howling right now, gusting at 25 miles an hour. You can double that tomorrow easily. Going to be a very windy day across southeast Missouri. The flag is blowing straight out here. There's a swing and a miss, down on strikes. 2 strikeouts in the inning, but Reese Robinette, a big 2-run homer, and the Indians now lead it 2-0. You're listening to Mules Baseball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So the Mules now trail 2-0. Let's take a look now offensively for the Poplar Bluff Mules. Leading things off is number 1, Brady Robertson. He's a shortstop, batting second at left field. At number 27, Kobe Greenwall, batting third. The catcher, number 5, Jacob Balor, batting cleanup at third base. Number 40, Kaysen King, batting fifth. The pitcher, number 12, Cannon Carr, batting sixth. The DH, number 25, Ty Rommel, batting seventh at second base. Number 11, Noah Spain, batting 8th at third base. Number 3, Axton Eisenbeis, and batting 9th at right field. At number 7, Jacob Valenzuela, and not batting but in the field at center field. At number 8, number 9, Dylan Hall. He is only a freshman. Now looking at the defense here for the Kennett Indians in left field, it's number 1, Braden Tice over at center field. Number 13, Brooks Niggett in right field. Number 7, Trey Gardner going around the horn at third base. Number 18, Reese Robinette at shortstop. Number 11, Tanner Pierce at second base. Number 5, Matt Gardner at first base. It is number 3, JT Williams, and behind the plate, number 4, Caleb Duncan. On the mound is number 2, Tanner Duncan, and he is the big right-hander for Coach Aaron New and the Kennett Indians. So now here we go as Robertson going to lead things off for the Mules. He takes the first pitch, this one right back to the pitcher, and he flips it over to first in time for the out. One pitch and one out. It goes 1-3 on the assist there by Duncan, and it'll be one up and one down for the Mules. So now Kobe Greenwald coming up for the Mules. Greenwald this season batting .500, 8 base hits so far this season. He's got 3 RBIs, also has scored 6 runs, and there's a strike called inside there to Kobe Greenwald. Mules are down a couple of runs early in this one. Ron Withrow tuning in right now for the Mules. Big Mules fan. Did you know, Tim, that he's also a big Snickers fan? He came by today. We gave him a big box of Snickers bars. Ron's always keeping us on our toes. Here's the 1-1 offering. This one is driven down the first base line, out of play. Quickly, 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Kobe Greenwald. State-ranked Kennett Indians coming to town here this afternoon. Mules are down by a couple of runs. This one is outside for ball 2. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sun is shining a little bit in Poplar Bluff. It is 330 down the lines, a 400 in straightaway center. But today it's going to be, you get one up in the air high enough, and this ball is going to carry. This one is up as well for ball 3. Count is full now. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Good job, Tim, on that scoreboard, by the way. Tomorrow is not going to look anything like it does right now. It's going to be a lot windier, going to be cloudy, rainy. This one's a chopper to the third base. Robinette's going to let it go foul. And we'll do it again. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Kobe Greenwald Jacob Balor rather is going to come up next. Kobe Greenwald trying to find his way on here with 1 down in the inning. Thanks in part to a 2-run blast by Reese Robinette. In the top part of the inning, Ron Withrow says Snickers for dessert. Ball 4 taken, so Kobe Greenwald draws a walk. Kobe Greenwald, that is his 2nd walk of the season. And now Jacob Balor coming up to the plate. Now Balor, he has really had a few good games here of late. Balor batting .333 on the year, 6 RBIs. He's got 4 runs scored as well. And of course, he's got a couple of extra base hits as well. Long look by Duncan there at first base to Kobe Greenwald. Here's the pitch and taken up high for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. It's funny, we had a Ron Withrow come by today. He told me his favorite time is watching the Mules game, eating a Snickers bar, sitting in his recliner. Just don't fall asleep this time, Ron. The last time you did, you missed a great comeback. There's a rocket shot. This one, ground ball, gets in to left field, and Balor now gets a 1-out hit, and there's 2 on, 1 down. Boy, the hitting becomes contagious in the last few games. These first 6 batters by the Mules, they have found their way on. It's a good first base camera there Tim's got set up for us. If you're tuning in on social media, make sure and share this feed for us. Let us know what team you're going for. Mules have 2 on, 1 down. Kaysen King now batting .500 on the season. Stepping in, this one grounded right to shortstop, but he bobbles it, and there's not going to be a play. So Kaysen King is going to reach on an error. It goes E6, and now the Mules have them loaded here in the bottom half of inning number 1. So Cannon Carr now, the Mules pitcher, coming up. Cannon Carr on the season, he is batting .429, but with runners in scoring position, batting .571. He's got a couple of RBIs so far this year with runners in scoring position. Mules have him loaded. Greenwald, third base. Balor on second. And there's a rocket again. It's going to be off the glove of the third baseman. Another error, and the Mules have cut into this lead. That is back-to-back errors, and that one's going to be an E5. So back-to-back errors here in the ball game, and now Ty Rommel comes into play. So Robinette gets the credit for the error that time, and now it's 2-1. Kennett leads by a run. Strike called. It just touched the outside part of the plate. So now Ty Rommel coming up to the helm. He's batting .500 this season, 5 RBIs, 3 runs scored. And, of course, his numbers as runners in scoring position, .333 this year. He's got 3 RBIs with 2 outs. And he's got 1 out here and 3 runners on base. Time call by the home plate umpire. Mules here doing a great job. They were down 2-0, but this hitting has become contagious, and this wind is going to be an issue as the outfield coming in a little bit, especially out in right field, as Gardner takes a step in or two. And here is the 0-1 pitch on the way to Ty Rommel. Pickoff play back to second base, and Kaysen King is able to get in, no problem. It's all right, Ron. I had to bust you out a little bit. I can't let you fall asleep on this one. This game is going to be great all the way through. So now Duncan, long look once again over at third base at Greenwall. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and blew it right past him. No balls and 2 strikes. So no balls and 2 strikes now. Mules are down by a run. So Tyson here has a huge opportunity here to come through and give the Mules maybe the lead on a base hit. There's 1 down in the inning. Swing and a miss, and he is down on strikes, and that's a big out. 80 miles an hour right down the middle. So now the freshman Noah Spain coming up to the plate now. 2 down in the inning, and the Mules have them loaded, and we're going to get a courtesy runner coming out now for the pitcher. And Cannon Carr will be courtesy ran David Durbin, who's coming out. And, of course, David Durbin, believe we've got a courtesy on first base, or make that third base as well. We do. And that'll be Aiden Dawes is standing on third base right now instead of Jacob Balor. There's a strike called inside a part of the plate. So Aiden Dawes will be the courtesy runner at third base, and David Durbin standing on first base, and Kaysen King at second. 2 down in the inning. It is 0-1 the count, and there's a chopper again by Noah Spain, taken by Pierce. The long throw is not in it. Got him at first base. Oh, Coach Edwards is not happy with the call. I thought he came off, and now the 2 will get together. He was off. Yes, sir, he is safe. And the Mules are going to be on first base. The umpires got together. They got it right. That's all that matters. It'll be an infield hit. So now Eisenbeis coming in. So Noah Spain is going to get credit for the base hit. And at 2, now we are tied up at 2 apiece. Boy, Coach Edwards about had a stroke out there when he was called out. Outside a part of the plate. This umpire has been very consistent on the outside part of the plate. Winds have died down just a little bit. So the Kennett Indians, they got 2 runs in the top part of the inning, and the Mules have them loaded right now, and we've tied the game up at 2 apiece. Duncan comes set, and here's the pitch. This one's a fly ball. This one out to right field, and this one is going to get fouled just by a couple of feet. Long, a foul ball, no balls and 2 strikes. We owe you a legal ID. We'll take it now on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network. Eisenbeis batting .167 this season. He's got runners on every base. Here is the 0-2 offering. Outside for ball 1. It is 5:01. I'm Frankie Castillo. You're tuning in live to Mules Baseball on today's talk. 93.3 FM, 930 AM, KWOC. We're streaming online at KWOC.com. Tim Hicks also beside me doing a phenomenal job on the camera today. 1-2 pitch. Outside for ball 2. Count is even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. We are tied up at 2 apiece here in the bottom half of inning number 1. This is the 8th man to bat in the inning. It'll be batters 5, 6, and 7 coming up for the Kennett Indians in the top part of the 2nd. So now Eisenbeis going to call time there at home plate. It was awarded, and we'll do it again. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 down, a couple of errors in the inning, but the Mules have come back and tied this game. The important thing is they're putting the ball in play. He jammed him on the inside, going to be taken by the second baseman, flips over to first base in time. A good play by Gardner, and the Mules will leave them loaded, but the Mules come back with 2 runs of their own on 2 hits and 2 errors. The Mules strand 3 runners. You're listening to Mules Baseball. It is on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network. When we come back, it'll be Gardner, Pierce, and then Gardner when we come back on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Want a career and not just another job? It's waiting for you at Briggs & Stratton. Great pay, great benefits, and continuing education. Everything you and your family deserve. Go to careers.vasco.com and look at Poplar Bluff job openings.
So the Mules batted 8 men last inning, and the Mules coming away with 2 runs, also stranding 3 more runners. The Mules so far this season have stranded 43 men on base through 5 ball games so far. 5 games in 1 inning. And there's a strike called inside part of the plate to Trey Gardner, the right fielder. It'll be 6, 7, and 8. And this one is taken for a ride out to left field and makes the catch. Out in left field is Kobe Greenwald. So 1 down here in the inning. So good job by Greenwald there. And now we're going to get Tanner Pierce to come up. Strike called. So Pierce already down at 1 strike here in the inning. 2-2 the score here in Poplar Bluff as that wind continues to howl. And there's a ball taken on the outside, a part of the plate. And this one's taken outside as well for ball 2. So it's 2 balls and a strike now to Tanner Pierce. There's a fly ball. This one out toward right field. Valenzuela fighting the wind and the sun, and he makes a great catch in the outfield. I told you, our Mules defense, especially in the outfield, I would put them against anybody in our conference, maybe even the state. 2 down in the inning here in the top part of inning number 2, and it comes down to Matt Gardner, the second baseman, who steps in now for the Kennett Indians. He is the 8th man in the order and takes strike 1 right down the middle. So Williams, Ashton Williams, I believe, is going to be on deck. Yes, he is. He is the DH man. He is batting in place of Caleb Duncan, the catcher. Cannon Carr comes set at the belt. Here's the 0-1 pitch on the way. There's a ground ball. This one to Eisenbeis. Fields it cleanly. Throw it to first base in time. 1, 2, 3. The Kennett Indians go. And just like that, 3 up and 3 down. Valenzuela, then Robertson, and Greenwall. When we come back, we are tied at 2 apiece on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers is a third-generation family-owned jewelry and repair store who have served the Poplar Bluff community for over 60 years.
Our family has always worked hard to provide the finest jewelry creations and service imaginable.
Las Margaritas and Mayas, serving up the best authentic Mexican food since 1997. The Esquivel family, always proud to support our Poplar Bluff Mules.
What a nice inning by Cannon Carr that time. The defense backing him up. It only took 8 pitches to get out of the inning. And for the Mules, 3 up and 3 down. And the Mules now will come to bat here. It'll be Valenzuela 9, 1, and 2, all coming up for the Mules. Our broadcast being brought to you by First Midwest Bank, Kevin's Auto Repair, PB Realty, Legacy Farm and Land Specialists, Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers. Also being brought to you by the Ozark Federal Credit Union, First Choice Insurance, Las Margaritas, Mayas, and Taco, Christian Automotive and Tire, Eye Care Specialist. And being brought to you by Larry Hillis Dodge, Briggs & Stratton, the Scott Law Group, LLC, and the Bank of Missouri. All bringing you Mules baseball here this season. And here is the first pitch on the way to Valenzuela, who fouls it down the third base line. It is no balls and a strike. Valenzuela coming in here batting .273 this season. 3 hits so far, a couple of RBIs, and there's a strike called on the outside part of the plate. So Mules will be 9, 1, and 2. This one just misses outside. Going to go back to our comments on social media. Nice to hear from Miss Sharon Berkey. She says, "Go Mules, go." Also, Paul Spain says, "Let's go Mules." Glad to have everybody tuning in on social media. Big day, big day. And now it is quickly 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Started the game a little bit later than anticipated. Not too bad, though. Of course, if you just joined us, we had an umpire issue earlier in the ball game. Still do. We have a fill-in on the field umpires today. This one taken up high. Good battle by Valenzuela. Started 0-2, and he has worked his way back in to possibly getting on base again. Valenzuela so patient. He has already drawn 5 walks here this year. He is averaging a walk a game. Robertson awaiting on deck. This one fouled away to the screen. I saw Tim flinch on that one. You did. There's that screen for a reason. I got to check on the old Mike, too. That Mike is still doing really good. So it's still 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Duncan already pitched 28 pitches this game. Got him looking. Dynamite pitch. And we're back to the top of the lineup. Valenzuela called out on strikes. His second strikeout of the ball game. So Robertson is stepping in now. Robertson hit it back to the pitcher his last time up. Robertson batting .500 on the season, a couple of RBIs. He has also walked 3 times this season. He's got 3 stolen bases. When he gets on base, good things always seem to happen to the Mules, and this one taken downstairs for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Greenwall awaits on deck. It's 9, 1, and 2 coming up today in this inning. Strike called inside part of the plate. Tanner Duncan on the mound. He has went 1 1/3 innings so far. 31 pitches overall, 9 have come in this inning. He threw 22 at last inning, and the Mules left him loaded. This one is outside. You heard Coach Edwards say, "Good eye." I can hear that all the way up here. Last year, these two teams met once in Kennett, once in Cape. They met for the SEMO Conference Championship. And, of course, in that game, Kennett won that ball game 6-1. First time the Mules faced them was in Kennett, and the Mules lost that game 11-1. So the home plate umpire wants the ball back, and he's going to walk out and change balls with them. 3 balls and a strike now. So tomorrow we're going to get a lot of rain, or I should say a lot of wind. Forget about the rain. We're going to get a lot of wind tomorrow. We're talking wind gust of up to 55 miles an hour, non-storm winds. Up high for another ball, and Robertson draws his 4th walk of the season. Greenwall, he walked and scored his first time. Still tied at 2 apiece. We're in the second inning. Good crowd following us right now on social media, also on our YouTube channel as well. Glad to have everybody alongside watching us today. But there by Kobe Greenwall, right back to the pitcher, throws it over in time. 2 down in the inning. Good sacrifice bunt that time by Kobe Greenwall. It goes 1-3 on the out. 2 down. So now Jacob Balor comes up to the plate. Balor, by the way, with runners in scoring position, batting .300 this season. He would love to get a big hit right now. No doubt about it. In there for a call to strike on the changeup. Balor didn't like the call. Nevertheless, it is no balls and a strike. Here is the 0-1 offering on the way by Tanner Duncan rather. Runner takes off Robertson. They've got him in the rundown now. Robertson is he's maybe picked off here. And they're going to get him in between, so he's picked off. And just like that, we go to the top half of inning number 3, all tied at 2 on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Kevin's Auto and Tire is a family-owned one-stop shop for fast, friendly, and affordable automotive services with the latest tools and technology as well as their time-tested automotive knowledge. They're guaranteed to get your vehicle fixed without breaking the bank.
Eye Care Specialists is committed to the protection and the preservation of the precious gift of sight. Nothing is more important than your eyesight. That's the way the doctors of Eye Care Specialists see it.
So the Mules were picked off there in between second and third base, and Kennett back out there on the mound. His 3rd inning here coming in, and of course he had a great rock-solid second inning for the Mules. It'll be Williams and then back to the top of the lineup with Tice and then Niggett all due up here for the Kennett Indians here in the top part of inning number 3. So far, Cannon Carr in this ball game, he has went 2 innings, given up 2 hits and 2 runs. He has also struck out 2 batters and walked 1 on 25 pitches so far in just 2 innings of work. So for the Mules, still tied up at 2 apiece, it'll be Greenwall in the bottom part of the inning. He will lead things off coming up. Balor still out there as the catcher. No defensive changes right now for the Poplar Bluff Mules as Cannon Carr is still looking really good right now on the mound for Poplar Bluff. We'll see what the Mules can do with it here as soon as they get ready to go here in the top part of inning number 3. A lot of folks tuning in on social media this afternoon. Strike called right down the middle. And Ashton Williams, the DH, stepping in with nobody on. And, of course, he'll lead things off for us in the top part of the third inning. Cannon Carr wasting no time. Here's the 0-1 offering on the way. Called a ball on the inside part of the plate. Final game this week for the Mules until Saturday. And we'll be live in West Plains on Saturday for a doubleheader. Mules will take on Neosho and then the Scissors of West Plains. This one's a shot out to center field. Making the great catch is Dylan Hall. We talked about him this morning during the morning edition. We had Coach Steve Edwards on with us. And this kid is really earning his way right now in the outfield. Dylan Hall, great catch in center field. 1 up and 1 down here in the third. And now we are back to the top of the lineup. Braden Tice struck out looking his first time and called strike 1 right down the middle. He is 0 for 1 here in the ballgame so far. Struck out looking back in the first. The damage done was the next 2 guys here for the Kennett Indians. Ball taken outside for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. 2-2 is the score here in Poplar Bluff. This one is fouled and out of play behind us. So now Cannon Carr's ahead. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Coming up on Saturday at 2:30, or make that 2 p.m., I believe, it'll be the Mules against Neosho. And then coming up at 5:30 Saturday afternoon, it'll be the Scissors of West Plains. And we'll have both games live on the radio. Ball 2 taken inside, just misses. 2 balls and 2 strikes. A lot warmer than what it was yesterday at game time. Yesterday it was in the upper 50s. Right now it is 72 degrees with our winds gusting at around 25 miles an hour. This one just misses upstairs. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Count is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Mules would love to punch him out here and be 2 away in the inning. Here is the payoff pitch. Fouled away, we'll do it again. So no games Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. But coming up on Saturday, we'll have a doubleheader on the road. Mules, by the way, so far this season, we are 2-0 here at home. Swing and a miss, and he's down on strikes a second time in the ballgame. 2 away. And now Cannon Carr picks up another strikeout. That is number 3 in the ballgame. Brooks Niggett now, who singled and scored his first time. He stands in for Coach Aaron New. Our broadcast presented by the Bank of Missouri Scott Law Group, LLC. Also being brought to you by Briggs & Stratton and Larry Hillis Dodge. Strike 1 called right down the middle. This kid's got some power. The defense now, the infield, playing back a little bit. Playing back on their toes. Robertson on the edge of the grass. As is Spain and Kaysen King playing a step back as well. And just like that, that's why he stood where he did. A line out right to Brady Robertson. And 1, 2, 3 again. Another perfect inning by Cannon Carr. We go to the bottom half of inning number 3. It took 12 pitches. It'll be Balor, King, and Carr when we come back. You're listening to Mules Baseball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Some things have changed since 1952. We changed our name, expanded our territory, and added branches in the communities we serve. But the most important thing remains the same. We treat our members like family. Experience the credit union difference. Ozark Federal Credit Union. Membership eligibility required. Insured by NCUA.
Christian Automotive and Tire. Quality name brand tires that you know and trust. They also have ASE certified mechanics that have the training, tools, and knowledge to fix your vehicle right the first time. Business 67 South in Poplar Bluff.
So Cannon Carr has retired the last 7 batters that he's faced, or made that the last 8 batters that he faced. Ever since he gave up a 2-run homer to Reese Robinette, he has knocked them down as soon as they've come up. So 8 straight retired by Cannon Carr, and now Jacob Balor, he will be at the helm with nobody on. So Jacob Balor now steps in. Balor on the season batting .333. He's got 5 hits so far this year, 2 extra base hits, a double and a triple. He's also got 6 RBIs, and he's got some power as well. He gets a hold of one, and he can lobble to untie this game if he gets a hold of one. Winds are still blowing straight out to left field today. They're gusting at 25 miles an hour, and that's going to easily double coming up this time tomorrow. Ball 1 taken outside. By the way, the timing on the activity tomorrow afternoon, right now as it stands, looks to be between noon and about 3 is when the severe weather might come in. We're talking damaging straight line winds, also maybe some large hail, but the main threats will be the high winds, and then, of course, isolated tornadoes also possible coming up tomorrow afternoon in Poplar Bluff. 2 balls and a strike now to Jacob Balor. Mules are in a fight. It is 2-2 the score. Outside for ball 3. 3 balls and a strike now to the Mules catcher. Balor so far this year, he is averaging a walk a ball game. He's got 5 so far. Here is the 3-1 pitch on the way by Tanner Duncan. Here is pitch number 41 on the way. And lost him at ball 4. The Mules have their leadoff man aboard. 6th walk of the season by Jacob Balor. So Balor will stay put right now on first base. Kaysen King coming up now. Kaysen King is 0 for 1. He grounded out to shortstop his first time. He was able to reach on an error. And he was left stranded on third base back in the first. Balor leads away from first base. He's got some speed. Ball 1 taken outside to Kaysen King. King loves moments like this where they've got base runners on. He's got a lot of power. He's also another one. If he gets a hold of one, he can untie this game in a hurry. Kaysen King, so far this year, 3 doubles. There's a swing and a miss, and he was going toward the fence on that one, no doubt about it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Kaysen King is so methodical when he's up at the plate. Takes his time, looks at every pitch, and normally swings at the good ones. 1 ball and 1 strike. This one missing outside for ball 2. It's 2 balls and a strike now. Tanner Duncan, pitch number 45 on the way. Coach Steve Edwards out there coaching as hard as he can with Balor on first base. Good lead away from first base. Duncan sees him, and here's the 2-1 pitch. Strike called on the outside part of the plate. I can tell you that it's been consistent all game long. Whether you agree with it or not, at least it's been consistent. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Kaysen King, the Mules first baseman, as Balor leads away from first base. Try to go same location this time. It is ball 3. Count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Duncan now looks at the runner at first. Here's the payoff pitch. There's the ground ball. This one up the middle. A big base hit by Kaysen King. Nearly took out a Kennett player and an umpire. Is there anybody better in a clutch moment than Kaysen King? I mean, he just continues to come through every time for the Mules. Another big base hit, and now Cannon Carr steps in. Cannon Carr grounded out to third base his last time. He also reached on an error. So now Cannon Carr trying to help his own cause with another runner in scoring position. Cannon Carr this season batting .571 with runners in scoring position. Strike called outside part of the plate. So now Duncan looks at the runner at second base. Standing on second is Jacob Balor. It's no balls, then a strike. There's a fly ball. This one may hang up. The right fielder goes over and makes the catch, and Jacob Balor, he is going to advance to third base. So Cannon Carr did his job and advanced the runners, or advanced the runner anyway. There is still one out in the inning. So runners on first and third base as Cannon Carr flies out for out number one here in the inning. So Ty Rommel struck out his first time. Ty Rommel, the DH man, he is batting 500 on the season. And for Mr. Rommel, runners in scoring position, batting a .333 batting average. This one gets away, and the runner will just advance to second base. Good job there by Jacob Balor holding at third base. I'm okay with that. He held up, didn't want to take a chance. Now you've got two runners in scoring position. Jacob Balor still standing on third base. If the Mules get a second out here, then you can imagine he'll go to a courtesy runner if Balor still is on third base. Big at bat coming up by Ty Rommel. In there for a called strike one. One ball and one strike. Mules baseball proudly presented by Eye Care Specialists, also being brought to you by Christian Automotive and Tire, First Choice Insurance, Air Solutions, Ozark Federal Credit Union. Ty Rommel digs in. Count is even. One ball and one strike. One down in the inning. This one is popped up, and it's going to get out of play, but not by much. I see my good friend, Coach Jim Vaughn, in attendance here for the Kennett Indians. Of course, he is the athletic director for Kennett. I'll be telling you my age. He was my football coach back in the day, if that tells you anything. So now home plate umpire says there's another field umpire who's going to come in now. They had to call somebody in. So we'll see a change at the guard coming up. This is taken outside at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So if you just joined us, we had an issue with one of our umpires who had to be taken to the hospital. We hope he is okay, by the way. Have no idea what was going on with him. That's why we had the delay, and we found someone to help us out in the field. And now it looks like somebody else has just shown up. And I would say in between these 2 innings, we will see a changing of the guard. It is 3 balls and 2 strikes to Ty Rommel. The Mules DH man is trying to drive in at least a go-ahead run, standing on third base as Jacob Balor. Ty Rommel, they call him as well Mr. Clutch. Here is the payoff pitch on the way to Ty Rommel. Swing and a miss, and blew it right past him for 2 down in the inning. His second strikeout on the day. Now we're going to get a courtesy runner for the catcher coming in. And this one is going to be Aiden Dawes, I believe it is. Yes, it is. Aiden Dawes now standing on third base. And that's going to bring up Noah Spain, a big base hit back in the first inning. Boy, they can really use a big knock here. Don't want to leave those 2 runners on with 2 down. Everybody comes in, infield included. Strike on the outside, a part of the plate. Boy, this umpire loves that particular spot. He's been consistent. That's all you ask for. We do owe you a legal ID. We will take it as soon as we can. Here is the 0-1 offering on the way to Noah Spain, getting back-to-back opportunities here. Yesterday played against Dexter and now playing here against Kennett. There's a ground ball. This one is taken. Good backhand stop by the third baseman and got him at first base. That was a great backhanded play by Tanner Pierce. Over to third base, and the Mules strand a couple of runners. We go a top half of inning number 4. It'll be Robinette, Duncan, and then Williams when we come back. You're listening to Mules Baseball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Go Mules! The Bank of Missouri wishes the Mules a fantastic season. Live well, play well, bank well. At 130 years strong, you can count on us to support you through all the seasons of life.
The Scott Law Group, a family-owned firm providing trusted legal counsel for matters pertaining to real estate, personal injury, criminal, and family law. Call 785-4688 or online, scottlawgroupmode.com.
And we are back here live as the Mules right now. Mules have, or I should say, tied the game at 2 apiece back in the first. And that's where we stand right now. And now the big man, Reese Robinette, a 2-run homer his first time up. And taking ball 1 inside. And there's another ball taken outside at 2 balls and no strikes. 2 balls and no strikes to Reese Robinette, who gave the Indians the lead back in the first. 85 miles an hour right down the pike, and it's called a ball. Ball 3. So 3 balls and no strikes here to the Kennett leadoff man, Reese Robinette. And he lost him on 4 straight pitches. It may not be a bad walk. May not be a bad walk. Reese Robinette, a 2-run homer, and now a walk here in the 4th inning. Now batting is Tanner Duncan, who flew out to center field, or make that left field his first time up. Greenwald knows it, and Greenwald's on his toes. This one's popped up and out of play behind us. No balls and a strike. So Tanner Duncan, the pitcher for the Kennett Indians this afternoon. Cannon Carr working on pitch number 43 of the ball game. You heard Coach Edwards earlier in the pregame that we do have a pitch count for Cannon Carr today. Once again, 85 miles an hour, able to hold up. Duncan did a great job that time holding up on the pitch, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out. Tanner Duncan flew out to Kobe Greenwald back in the first. J.T. Williams struck out. He is on deck. This one, good stop by Jacob Balor. We can't say enough just how hard he works behind the plate. 2 balls and a strike now. The Kennett leadoff man standing on first base. Second walk of the game issued by Cannon Carr to Reese Robinette. And time called by Tanner Duncan. Now the coach on first base calls timeout. And we might be getting a courtesy runner. Coach New looks confused. Now he's going to say courtesy runner. So he was confused a little bit what the first base coach was doing. And they're going to send in on first base number 27, Hayden Sando. He will be the courtesy runner for the Kennett Indians on first base. So now 2 balls and a strike. This one gets away from Jacob Balor, goes all the way up the line, and he will stop on first base, or make that second base rather, following the wild pitch there by the Mules. 3 balls and a strike. 3 balls and a strike, and now Kennett's got their go-ahead man in scoring position. Three balls and a strike as Sando now standing on second base, and there's a strike called, and you can see Duncan's reaction. It's been that way all ball game. It's been called on both ways. Not happy with the call. Full count now, 3 balls and 2 strikes. JT Williams, strikeout victim his first time, awaits on deck. Wind really howling here today in Poplar Bluff, and this is just the start. He called a time. Pitch doesn't count. It would have been a strike too. Good placement. Got some action in the bullpen now. Yep, Reese Robinette, it looks like, is gearing up in the bullpen now to come in. If Kennett gets a lead, they're going to stick him in, guaranteed. There's a ground ball, and Kennett will possibly have the lead. Base hit to right field. They're going to throw home, and it's not going to be in time, but they're going to go to the runner. Got him at second base, but Kennett does take the lead. Good throw by Valenzuela. And Duncan is going to wind up, and he is out. So there you go. It's an RBI base hit by Tanner Duncan. And this one has popped up and out of play down the first base line. So now JT Williams coming in. And this one fouled away, so it's quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. And Balor picks it up and throws over to first base, and in time for the strike. 2 down in the inning. So now Trey Gardner coming up to the plate now. 2 down in the inning, and Trey Gardner flew out to Kobe Greenwald his first time. So Cannon Carr, Reese Robinette in the bullpen now, warming up for the Kennett Indians. It'll be interesting to see if he comes in the bottom part of the 4th. We got started just a little bit later today than normal, but we're still on. Looks like we're on track now. Very good ball game. We knew today's ball game was going to be pretty good, and so far it has lived up to the hype. 3-2 in favor of the Kennett Indians right now. Wind really howling out there. There's a ground ball. This one taken to Noah Spain, goes off his glove into the outfield. I know how Coach Edwards will tell me to score that one for sure. So Gardner is going to reach on an E4. So now Tanner Pierce comes up to the plate now. Roger Faith is tuning in, says, let's go Mules. Mules are down by a run. Tanner Pierce now the shortstop, stepping in with a runner on first base. 2 down in the inning. This one taken up for ball 1. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Matt Gardner is on deck. He is the eighth man in the hole. Right now, Tanner Pierce standing in there with 1 ball and no strikes. There's a fly ball. This one should be caught. I think there was some miscommunication there. Center fielder coming in. Dylan Hall makes a great catch. And the side is retired, but not before Kennett gets a go-ahead run, and now they lead 3-2. It'll be Eisenbeis, Valenzuela, and then Robertson all due up in this inning. We'll be back, and it looks like we are going to have a pitching change as Tanner Duncan is now going to move over to third base, and that means Reese Robinette. He'll be on the mound when we come back. You're listening to Mules Baseball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Breathe easier and extend the life of your HVAC system, plus fewer repair bills with Air Solutions Comprehensive Maintenance Plan. You'll save money and get the peace of mind that only comes from calling Air Solutions. 785-1500. First Choice Insurance. Let their family protect your family. They provide insurance for home, auto, life, health, farm, and recreational vehicles. Call today for a free quote. 573-686-2870. First Choice Insurance. Our family protecting your family.
Well, we are back, and now the big man steps in, and of course I'm talking about Reese Robinette. He is by far the ace on this Kennett squad, and of course you look at what he has done over the course of the last several seasons, and he knows how to get outs. So here this afternoon, at that last inning, by the way, Cannon Carr threw 18 pitches, giving up 1 run on 1 hit, also an air charged in the inning. And now with a lead of 1 run, Reese Robinette will now come in to a pitch. And Tanner Duncan, by the way, he goes 3 innings, and he only gave up 3 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts here in the game for Mr. Tanner Duncan. So now coming in, it is Reese Robinette, and it'll be Eisenbeis. He'll be the first man. Swing and a miss, and this guy throws in the upper 80s. We'll get you a read coming up on this next pitch. It's no balls and a strike now to Eisenbeis, who is 0 for 1 here in the ballgame. Swing and a miss. He may have caught up to it just a little bit of foul tip there. No balls and 2 strikes. Robinette comes set, and here's the 0-2 pitch. 87 miles an hour, struck him out, swinging. 1 down here in the inning. So Robinette does not mess around. Doesn't take a lot of time. His first strikeout of the game. So Valenzuela now coming up. That last pitch was 87 miles an hour. And that's what he pretty much averages game in and game out. And this one taken up high for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes here to Valenzuela. Valenzuela struck out looking back in the second inning. 1 ball and no strikes. Mules down by a run. This one taken outside for ball 2 as well. 2 balls and no strikes. Mules down by a run, and they've got their 9-hitter up to bat right now. Swing and a miss, a little bit behind on that one. 3-2 the score as Kennett takes the lead in the top part of the 4th inning. We have just surpassed 1 hour on the air. Swing and a miss, and now it is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Robinette, the big right-hander on the mound for this Kennett ball team. Kennett yesterday losing to Cape Central 4-2. This one inside for ball 3. And Duncan was about to throw down to third base. Thought he had a strikeout there. Just inside. And now the count goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Cape, they've got a win over Kennett. And now Poplar Bluff is down to Kennett right now. Swing and a miss, and there's 2 outs in the innings. Back-to-back strikeouts, and now we are back to the top of the lineup. So Brady Robertson now coming up. So they've gotten 4 quality innings out of Cannon Carr. He is at pitch number 56 in the top part of the 5th. They did say he was on a pitch count. We'll see if he comes in the 5th or they go ahead and make a move. We'll see what happens. Odds are it's going to be Robertson if they do make a move. He'll be the number 2 man coming into pitch. Inside for ball 1. Robertson is 0 for 1 here in the ball game. Grounded out to the pitcher back in the 1st. Walked and scored back in the 2nd. Here is the 1-0 pitch outside for ball 2. Robertson makes any pitcher nervous. He's got a lot of power and he's got a lot of speed as well. It is 3-2 now. Mules are down by a run. Mules scoring 2 runs in the first and haven't scored since. There's a fly ball. This one gets out of play down the third base line, and it's now 2 balls and a strike. Mules don't have anybody warming up in the bullpen just yet, so Cannon Carr might go out for another inning. We're not sure yet. We'll wait and see. 2 balls and a strike now to Brady Robertson. In there for a call to strike 2, and now the count is even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 strikeouts already in the inning for Reese Robinette. Kennett, of course, the reigning state champions in Class 4. They're ranked number 1 in the state. The Mules are going toe-to-toe with them right now. There's a ground ball. This one once again. Brady Robertson, he's got some speed. No way. He is safe at first. You weren't going to get him the way he hit the ball to shortstop. There was no way he was going to be out. Mules have a 2-out hit. That is the 10th base hit by Brady Robertson. Boy, he is so quick down the line. He was in there by at least 2 steps. Good job, Tim, on that angle. Way to play that very well. So now Greenwald coming in. Boy, it'd be nice to get him a hit right now. A sacrifice bunt last inning. He walked and scored back in the first. Robertson, big lead away from first base. And when he gets on base, usually good things tend to follow. Greenwald now fouls it away to the screen at 0 balls and a strike. 3-2 is the score right now. Mules are down by a run. It's been a good ball game all game long. Kennett has 3 runs, 3 hits, and 2 errors. Strike called right down the middle. Poplar Bluff's got 2 runs on 4 hits and an error. This has become we knew it would be a defensive battle for sure. Mules trail by a run. Good lead off there by Robertson and got him looking. 1, 2, 3 that time. Mules do strand a runner. It took 17 pitches by Robinette. It'll be Gardner, Williams, and Tice when we come back. You're listening to Mules Baseball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Got Ram Truck Month going on. Fresh inventory arriving daily. We still need your quality pre-owned vehicles. Whether you want to trade or you just want to sell, we want to look at it. The Ram Truck Month is going on now.
Mules baseball here this season, all being brought to you by our good friends at Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers, PB Realty, Legacy Farm and Land Specialists, Kevin's Auto Repair, and First Midwest Bank. Also being brought to you by our good friends at the Scott Law Group, LLC, the Bank of Missouri. Also being brought to you by Briggs & Stratton, Larry Hillis Dodge, Eye Care Specialist, Christian Automotive and Tire, Los Margaritas, Mayas, and Taco Taco. Also being brought to you by First Choice Insurance, Air Solutions, and the Ozark Federal Credit Union, all Mule supporters for this baseball season. So now due up here for the Kennett Indians, it'll be Matt Gardner. He'll lead things off. Matt Gardner here is 0 for 1 here in the ball game. Strike called right down the middle. The Mules going to stay with Cannon Carr. That is pitch number 56 in the ball game. So Mules have stranded 6 runners here in the ball game so far. Cannon Carr now. There's a ground ball taken by Robertson. Good play on the hop. A throw to first base and got him by a step. Good job by Robertson. 1 up and 1 down. A good stretch by Kason King. 1 down here in the inning. That one goes at 6-3 here in the 5th. So now Ashton Williams, the DH, coming in now for the Kennett Indians. He will step in 0 for 1 as well. Swing and a miss. Cannon Carr, he has had a sensational ball game here today for sure. Ashton Williams popped out to center field his first time. Carr now looks and gets set. Here's the 0-1 pitch. In there for a call to strike two. Good pitch by Cannon Carr. Carr now looking to punch him out quickly, make quick work of him. It is the nine batter here. And then we're back to the top of the lineup. Got him on 3 straight pitches. 2 down in the inning. A nice strikeout by Cannon Carr. And there's 2 down in the inning. Cannon Carr here in the ball game. He's got 5 strikeouts to go along with just 2 walks. So a lefty versus righty back to the top of the lineup. And Braden Tice is 0 for 2. He struck out each time. And there's a ball taken. So now it's quickly 1 ball and no strikes. And this one is a chopper up the middle. And this one is going to find the outfield. It'll be a base hit. And it is 2 on, or make that 2 outs and 1 on here in the inning. So now Brooks Niggett coming up to the plate. He's 1 for 2. Singled and scored and lined out to shortstop his last time. And there's a strike called on the outside part of the plate. So Cannon Carr now has went over the pitch count. He's sitting at 63, but how do you pull him in an inning like this where he is on fire here the last 4 innings? Had a rocky start to the game. There's a pickoff play, not in time. Just got underneath the tag. We'll let Tim show that replay. Tom Cash is tuning in from Wichita, Kansas. Big storms are on the way. They're on the way here as well, Tom. We're supposed to get some winds at around 50 miles an hour coming up tomorrow, and that is outside of any storms. We had a weather conference earlier on today, and they tell us that it's not happened in this part of the country in at least 3 decades. We're talking a long period of seeing wind gusts of around 50-plus miles an hour. Cannon Carr steps off the rubber, looks back at first base. Still 3-2 is the score right now. We are in the top part of inning number 5. Mules are down by a run. Reese Robinette is on deck. There's a fly ball. This one might get down. It is. It's going to find the gap. And he might wind up and score. Coach New is going to go ahead and send him. The relay home is not going to be in time. And now they've got nobody on third base. So now it is an insurance run. It's going to be given a double on the hit there by Niggett, and he will advance on the throw to third base. It is an RBI double. And now Reese Robinette stands in. Kennett now leads a 4-2, and now we're going to see Coach Steve Edwards coming out on the bump. And he's over his pitch count, so we'll see if he keeps him in the ball game. As Reese Robinette here in the ball game has walked and a 2-run homer back in the first inning, giving Kennett a 2-0 lead. And right now, Robinette. And they're going to go ahead and leave him in the ball game. So Cannon Carr is going to finish this inning at least. And he's got Brooks Niggett standing on third base with 2 down. Kennett now leads a 4-2 in the ball game. We are in the 5th inning. And Reese Robinette, the big left-hander on the mound. He pitches right-handed and he bats left. Here's the first pitch on the way. In there for a call to strike 1. It caught him on the inside part of the plate. No balls and a strike. Cannon Carr now looks at the runner back at third base. And here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Blew it right past him. Like the pitch by Cannon Carr. 0-2 the count. Boy, how big would this be if the Mules can get out of this inning only giving up a run? Here is the 0-2 pitch on the way. Just missed up high for ball one. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Mules coming up in their part of the order. We'll have Balor, King, and Carr all due up here in the bottom part of the 5th inning. Here is the 1-2 pitch. There's a fly ball. This one is going to be called away by Greenwald. The wind kind of got it and took it. It's going to get in for a hit. So Greenwald, not sure if the wind played a role in that, but it's going to be a 2-out hit. Going to call that an E7 out there in the outfield. And it does score a run. Strike called. So Robinette advances to second base. And now it is 5-2 Kennett. Wind may have had something to do with that one. This wind's playing havoc. When a ball gets that high, the wind is carrying it for a ride. And there's another fly ball. This one out to Kobe Greenwald. This time, Greenwald gets underneath it, and the inning will come to an end. But Kennett comes away with 2 runs on 2 hits and an error. And the Mules are now down by 3 runs on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network. You know, it's hard to score that last one by Kobe Greenwald, but I'm going to have to score that one in E7 just by looking at the replay. Could have possibly had a chance for it. Maybe lost it with the wind. I don't really know. I'm not out there. But I know Coach Edwards, he thought that ball should have been caught, no doubt. So Reese Robinette back on the mound again for the 2nd inning of work, and the Mules find themselves in a small hole right now. They're down by 3 runs. And now we're going to see Balor coming up to the plate for the Mules. It'll be Balor, King, and Carr all due up for the Mules here in the bottom part of the 5th inning. Coming up on 6 o'clock, I'm Frankie Castillo. You're listening live to Mules Baseball here on today's talk, 93.3 FM, 930 AM, KWOC. We're streaming online at KWOC.com, and we are also streaming the game on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. And, of course, on the old camera today is Tim Hicks doing a phenomenal job. It is always good to be at home in Poplar Bluff. Had some issues yesterday in Dexter, a little bit of small issues here today, but we got through them pretty quick, and here we are, midway through the game right now, bottom part of the 5th. Mules are down by 3 runs, 5-2. It is 2 balls and no strikes to the Mules catcher. There's a fly ball. This one's going to get down for a hit. It could be. It's going to be extra bases. Balor's going to go to second base, and he'll be in with a leadoff double against Reese Robinette. I told you, hitting is contagious. For Jacob Balor, that is his 2nd double of the season. This Mule team, they don't know the word quit. They get better as the game wears on. A nice hit by Jacob Balor. Kason King has reached base twice. Reached on an error back in the 1st inning, and another single back in the 3rd. So now Kason King digs in. He would love to get a hold of one here. Swing and a miss. A little behind on that one. Cannon Carr waits on deck. Wind still blowing straight out to left field here this afternoon. 330 down the line, 400 straightaway center. Here is the 0-1 pitch. Outside for ball one. A 1 ball and 1 strike as Jacob Balor leads things off with a leadoff double here in this inning. One ball and 1 strike. Swing and a miss. Blew it right past him again. 86 miles an hour. So Kason King trying to get on base for a 3rd time in this game. Robinette checks the runner back at second base. And here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes, and that's the 4th strikeout since he has come in. He had 3 back in the 4th and 1 here in the 5th. So Cannon Carr coming in. He's 0 for 2 in the ball game. He got he reached on an air back in the 1st inning on an E5 and then flew out to right field back in the 3rd. Boy, the Mules have got to get something going here. We're in the 5th inning already. The late innings here in this ball game. And this one misses upstairs for ball 1. It's 1 ball and no strikes, as Robinette has already thrown at 25 pitches in the ball game. Robinette now taking his time on at the pitcher's mound. Now looks back at Jacob Balor. Here's the pitch. This one fouled away to the screen. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Ty Rommel awaits on deck. Rommel would love to get on base. He has struck out twice in the ball game. 1 ball and 1 strike to the Mules pitcher, who has pitched a really good game. Even though they've given up 5 runs, he has pitched amazing on the mound today. Make no mistake about that. There's a ground ball. This one gets in for a base hit. Coach Edwards says, let's go home. Here is the throw home, not in time. And an RBI base hit by Cannon Carr. And the Mules climb back in the game. They're down by 2 runs. So Ty Rommel comes up to the plate now. A big RBI base hit. And now it's 5-3 the score. So an RBI base hit by the Mules pitcher as he stands on first base now with 2 down, or 1 away rather. This one up high for ball 1. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Boy, would love to see Ty Rommel get a hold of one here. Ty Rommel here this season. He's got 2 doubles to his name, 5 RBIs. This one is down low for ball 2. It's 2 balls and no strikes. 5-3 the score. Mules have climbed back in and down by 2 runs. Kennett added 2 runs at top part of this inning, and the Mules got 1 back. And now it's 5-3 is the score. All you can say is that pitch has been consistent all ball game. On the outside part of the plate, 2 balls and a strike. Cannon Carr digs away from first base, trying to get over to scoring position. Here's a 2-1 offering. Just missed downstairs for ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. Noah Spain is on deck. He is 1 for 2 in the ball game. Singled back in the 1st inning, grounded out to shortstop back in the 3rd. Here is the 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, blew it right past him. Now the count is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Is Cannon Carr going to take off here with 1 away? That's the question that Coach Edwards is thinking about right now. Robinette, long look at Cannon Carr. Here's the payoff pitch on the way. Stays put, and the Mules have 2 runners on following a 1-out walk to Ty Rommel. And we're going to get time called as Coach Aaron New is going to come out, and he'll bring out the entire infield with him. So we'll see if they're going to leave Robinette on the mound to finish off the Mules in this inning. It looks like he's going to be left in the ball game as the pitcher. With that being said, our broadcast here today is all being brought to you by our good friends at Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers, PB Realty Legacy Farm and Land Specialist. Also being brought to you by Kevin's Auto Repair and First Midwest Bank. So no game coming up tomorrow or Thursday or Friday, but the Mules back in action. Coming up on Saturday, we'll be live in West Plains. A Mules doubleheader. We'll see Neosho and then West Plains on Saturday afternoon. And looking at the weather forecast, it's going to be pretty chilly over there in West Plains this upcoming weekend. Noah Spain digs in. He's 1 for 2 in the ballgame. Tying run is standing on first base, and at least if Cannon Carr can get in, it makes things even more interesting at that point. We'll see what Noah Spain is able to do it. He is batting .250 in the season so far. A couple of hits. He's got a runner on second base right now. Inside for ball one. You can hear the smack of the glove with that one. Mules picked up 2 runs in the first inning and then 1 here in the 5th. Kennett 2 runs in the first, 1 in the 4th, and 2 in the 5th. Mules have 2 more on the base pads right now. There's a fly ball. This one out of play behind us. It is 1 ball and 1 strike to the Mules freshman. Noah Spain playing second base today, and he has played a phenomenal job. Every time he has come in, has done great work for Coach Steve Edwards. A lot of faith in that young man. Eisenbeis awaits on deck. He's 0 for 2 today. Up high for ball 2. So now Noah Spain is ahead now, 2 balls and a strike. Infield playing in a little bit, so is the outfield. Not expecting much out of Spain, but don't let that fool you. He can drive one down the line. That would be a great sign. That'll bring in at least 1 run. There's a fly ball. This one gets out of play, and now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Grandma Jackie is tuning in today in Poplar Bluff. Big Mules fan. Can't attend the games. I know she's got the dogs inside the house listening right now on the radio. I'll call her after this game, and we'll talk all about the game for sure. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Noah Spain. Here is the 2-2 pitch. Got him. Strike 3 called, and 2 down are in the inning, and that's going to bring up Eisenbeis now, who is also 0 for 2 in the ball game. So far here in the ball game, the only outs that Robinette has gotten has all been strikeouts. 5 strikeouts here in the ball game. And now we're going to see David Durbin on second base. He'll come in as a courtesy runner for the pitcher. We saw David Durbin before this game got started. He always has a relay by himself out to center field and back. That kid can fly. 2 on, 2 down. Mules are down by a couple of runs. Eisenbeis now stepping in. He's 0 for 2 in the ball game. Grounded out to second base back in the first and struck out in the 4th. Eisenbeis with runners in scoring position, only batting .200. That will all go away with a big hit right here. A base hit will bring in 1 run. Oh, the ball gets away. It was an overthrow by Robinette. Durbin, he's going to go home. And they're going to get him. Got him at the plate. 3 outs. Mules could not get the run to cross, so we go to the top half of inning number 6, and the Mules are still down by 2 runs. You're listening to Mules Baseball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So Cannon Carr is going to remain on the mound for the Poplar Bluff Mules. Still down by 2 runs. Mules had a couple of runners on. Overthrow by Robinette. Mules advancing the runners to second and third base, and David Durbin trying to get home. And the relay came in and got him at the plate, and that's where we stand right now in the top part of inning number 6. And, of course, the Mules right now still down by just 2 runs. A lot can still happen in this ball game. Mules are down to their final 2 innings, and they're only down by 2 runs. So first off, as Cannon Carr gets ready for the top part of the inning, Mules need to go 1, 2, 3 right here in the top part of the inning. Williams, Gardner, and Pierce all due up. And we will start right now with J.T. Williams standing in. He is 0 for 2 in the ball game with 2 strikeouts. Takes ball 1 a little bit outside. 5-3 is the score right now. Kennett leads here in the top part of the 6th inning. Mules have never led in the game. There's a swing and a miss. It was 2-2 at one point back in the 1st inning. Mules have never led. They're trying to change that. Still have 2 innings to do it. Swing and a miss. Off to a good start. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So coming up in the bottom part of the inning, it'll be 8, 9, and 1. So if Kennett, if they're going to pull off a victory, they're going to have to go through the heart of the lineup one more time for Poplar Bluff. There's a fly ball. This one's going to get out of play, it looks like. Way past the visiting team's bullpen, out of play. We'll do it again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cannon Carr now at pitch number 75 already here in the ball game. We were told he was going to have a pitch count, but he's pitched very well. As a matter of fact, as soon as I say that, looks like Trip Belknap is currently warming up in the bullpen right now. There's a ground ball, I should say, gets into the outfield for a leadoff base hit. This one gets in to right field, and Williams is aboard his first hit of the ball game. So Trip Belknap is warming up in the bullpen for the Mules. Cannon Carr, nobody out here in the inning, and now the infield's going to come in a little bit as the left-hander Trey Gardner comes in. Eisenbeis will come in near the edge of the grass. Everybody else, Robertson and looks like Noah Spain standing there near the edge of the grass, near the outfield. Eisenbeis does come in, takes ball 1 inside. So nobody out, 1 on. Cannon Carr still on the mound for the Mules. Kennett got a 3-2 lead. And then they put in their ace, Reese Robinette. Gave up a run last inning, though, for the Kennett Indians. Now the Mules are down by 2 runs. This one up high for ball 2. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Here is the 2-0 count on the way. This one fouled away to the screen. A good rip by Trey Gardner. 2 balls and a strike. Tomorrow morning, live on the program during hour number 2 of the KWOC Morning Edition, we're going to have Tony Webb live in studio. Big All-Star game coming up this Friday. It's going on at E.T. Peters, or I should say, yes, the old middle school gym. It's the E.T. Peters Gymnasium. I should say old high school gym. That is the new middle school gym now. And there's a fly ball. This one going to get out of play behind us. 2 balls and 2 strikes. We'll have a lot coming up tomorrow morning. Tony Webb. It'll be a 2-day event, Friday night in Poplar Bluff. And on Saturday, they will finish it up in Cape Girardeau. He'll be in tomorrow morning for hour number 2 of the KWOC Morning Edition. 3 balls and 2 strikes now. Full count to Trey Gardner. Nobody out, 1 on here in the 6th. By the way, coming up on Thursday night in Poplar Bluff, speaking of Bluff, senior night for the boys basketball team and the girls pom squad. That's going on at the high school, and got him on strikes. 1 down here in the inning. Caught him looking. So senior night's going on Thursday in Poplar Bluff starting at 6 p.m. give us a chance to recognize our basketball team, our Pom squad. It was interrupted because of the snow and the ice we got back in February. So we're going to do it right on Thursday starting at 6 p.m. This one misses outside for ball one. It's Tanner Pierce. He is 0 for 2 in the ball game. Flew out to right field and then flew out to center field back in the fourth. I'm not sure if I even told Tim yet, but you'll be with me on Thursday at 6 p.m. filming the senior night, by the way. He's got that look on his face like I am. He'll be there. Strike called. 1 ball and 1 strike. You may want to take a quick timeout, Tim, and put that in your phone so that way you don't forget. So 6 p.m. we'll get started about 5:45. We'll go back and we'll do our senior night for the basketball team and the Pom squad. They deserve it. Great season by the boys basketball team. There's a grounder up the middle. It could be 2. Flipped over to Robertson, but that's all they're going to get. Couldn't get it out of his glove, so a fielder's choice. And there is 2 away in the inning. Good job by Noah Spain. 2 down here in the inning now. Pierce will stay on first base. So that one goes 4-6 on the out. And now Matt Gardner stepping in. He is 0 for 2 in the ball game. Ground outs each time. Grounded out to third base his first time. And the runner takes off, and it's going to bounce in to the glove of Robertson. Strike called, but a stolen base by Tanner Pierce. Runner on second base with 2 down. So Gardner grounded out to third base back in the second. Grounded to Brady Robertson back in the fifth. Now the Indians have a man in scoring position with 2 down. Good lead away from second base. They throw back and not in time. Good job by Robertson. Good concentration. It gets out of his glove but doesn't go very far behind him. No balls and a strike. 5-3 the score. Mules are down by a couple of runs. Cannon Carr, the starting pitcher, 86 pitches he has thrown in the ballgame. He has thrown 15 in this inning, 17 in the first, 8 in the second, 12 in the third, 18 in the fourth, and 16 in the fifth. There's a ground ball. This one taken right back to Cannon Carr. Throws over to first base, and it's not going to be in time. The ball gets away from Kaysen King, and a run comes in to score. So that's going to bring out the coach now. And Cannon Carr's day has come to an end. And now we're going to see Trip Belknap. So we'll get you the final numbers coming in. Mules are down by 3 runs. It's 6-3. This call to the bullpen is all being brought to you by Larry Hillis Dodge on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Got Ram Truck Month going on. Fresh inventory arriving daily. We still need your quality pre-owned vehicles, whether you want to trade or you just want to sell. We want to look at it. The Ram Truck Month is going on now.
And we are back here as the Mules right now are going to go to their dugout now, and they're going to bring in Trip Belknap, who is going to come in now. And Trip Belknap, he has done a phenomenal job all season long. And, of course, you look at the lineup here. And so Belknap is now going to come in for the Poplar Bluff Mules, and he'll be the new pitcher on the mound. We'll get you his numbers here coming up as ball one is taken. Trent Belknap this season has went 8 2/3 innings. He has given up 4 hits on 4 runs. All 4 were earned. Walked 5 and struck out 12. His ERA is only 3.231. And there's a fly ball on pitch number 2. And who's going to take it? Cannon Carr gets underneath it, and he makes the catch. So 2 pitches and the out. We go to the bottom half of inning number 6. Mules trail 6-3 on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Go Mules! The Bank of Missouri wishes the Mules a fantastic season. Live well, play well, bank well. At 130 years strong, you can count on us to support you through all the seasons of life.
The Scott Law Group, a family-owned firm providing trusted legal counsel for matters pertaining to real estate, personal injury, criminal, and family law. Call 785-4688 or online, scottlawgroupmode.com.
All right, so here we go. Inning number 6 now. Bottom part of the inning. And for the Mules, it'll be Eisenbeis. It'll be 8-9 and then 1. The Mules are down by 3 runs. Eisenbeis walking up to the plate 0 for 2. Grounded out to second base back in the first and struck out back in the fourth. So now Robinette back in on the mound, working his 3rd inning now of relief. And there's a fly ball. This one could stay in. I think it is going to stay in. It is called off by Williams. And 1 pitch and 1 out. So now 1 down here in the bottom part of the inning now. And that's going to bring up now Valenzuela, who is 0 for 2 in the ball game. He will come up. He has struck out looking. He struck out twice, struck out looking back in the second. There's a swing and a miss. So 0-1 the count now. We're in the 6th inning. Mules are down by 3 runs. Belknap came in and threw 2 pitches and got out of a jam, leaving a runner on. There is ball 1 inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Thank you, Doug Leibla. Appreciate that. Tim's, yeah, exactly. He says, good job, Tim, on that first base cam. Loves it. Thomas Valenzuela tuning in. Tuning in a little bit late. That's okay, Thomas. We're going to try to get this rally going. Mules are down by 3 runs. You can't count out the Mules. They don't know the word quit. Robinette ahead, 1 ball, 2 strikes. There's a fly ball. Get down, get down. This one is going to hang up and gets down for a hit. Valenzuela is around first base. He'll go to second and a 1-out double. There you go, Thomas. You tuned in the right time, my friend. So a 1-out double by Valenzuela. And that's how you get things going. So Brady Robertson coming up now for Jacob Valenzuela. Here this season, that is double number 1, and it couldn't come at a better time. So Valenzuela standing on second base with 1 down in the inning. Robertson now. Golden opportunity for the Mules. We've got the heart of our lineup coming up. These first 7 guys in our lineup, they can do damage all way around. None of them are going to be easy outs. Here is the first pitch on the way. Robertson swing and a miss. No balls and a strike. Valenzuela, a 1-out double here in the inning, giving the Mules the chance here in the bottom part of inning number 6. Let's get a big rally going right now. There's a fly ball. This one is going to hang up as well. It's going to be called off, and it'll be caught by the left fielder, Tice. 2 down in the inning. Got underneath it just a little bit. 2 down here in the 6th inning. And now Kobe Greenwald. He has walked and scored, sacrifice bunt, and then struck out looking back in the 4th. Would love to get a base hit right here and drive a run in. Down by 3 right now in the 6th. Long look at Valenzuela. Here's the pitch in there for a call to strike 1. Coming up in the top part of inning number 7, it is back to the top of the lineup. 1, 2, and 3 due up for the Kennett Indians in the 7th. You can hear the Mules fans. We're getting behind Kobe Greenwald. This one hit him, and now the tying run comes to the plate. So Greenwald gets plunked near the shoulder area, and now he is standing on first base.
Jacob Balor.
So there you go, Jacob Balor now coming to the plate. Boy, what a moment this would be. The winds, and it figures it calms down just a little bit when Jacob Balor comes up. Mules have 2 runners on, 2 down in the inning. Big moment right now for the Mules senior catcher. Outside for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. These next 2 batters are not going to be easy outs. Case and King awaits on deck. Balor, he got a double back in the 3rd inning. Come around to score. Also walked, singled, and scored back in the 1st. There's a fly ball, got underneath it. This one hangs up, and Tice gets underneath it, and he makes the catch. And the side is retired. The Mules strand 2 more runners. We go to the top part of inning number 7, and we're back to the top of the lineup. Mules down 6-3 on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network. Well, it took 11 pitches, and Reese Robinette able to get out of a jam. And the base runners here for the Mules. The Mules left 3 on base back in the 1st inning, none in the 2nd, but then 2 runners in the 3rd inning, 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, and 2 in that last inning in the 6th. So when the Mules come back to bat, it'll be batters 4, 5, and 6, Kaysen King, Cannon Carr, Ty Rommel, and then Noah Spain if anybody gets on. But right now the Mules in front of them, they are back to the top of the lineup, and the Mules have got to get through a very dangerous part of the order with Kennett. And we'll see what Belknap can do, but coming up in his 2nd inning in just a moment. Right now, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Mules Baseball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network. It is at 6:30. I'm Frankie Castile. You're tuning in live to Mules Baseball on today's Talk 93.3 FM, 9:30 AM, KWOC, and we are streaming online, KWOC.com. I'm Frankie Castile alongside Tim Hicks. We are also streaming this game on Facebook and our YouTube channel. And this one is missed for ball 1. So it's 1 ball and no strikes now to Braden Tice, who is 1 for 3 in the ball game. Struck out twice and got on back in the last inning. This one is taken for a ride, out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike. Mules have a 3-run deficit right now. So the Kennett Indians got 2 in the first, 1 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth, 1 in the sixth, and there's a strike called. Mules got 2 in the first, 1 in the fifth. 1 ball and 2 strikes now. The big lefty on the mound for the Mules, Trip Belknap. Man, he has really come a long way this season already. There's a strike called on the outside part of the plate. 1 down in the inning. Trip Belknap, he has become Mr. Reliable out there in the bullpen. He's done phenomenal work. I've got to figure out, Tim, how to get my hair like his. He's got that mullet going. I got to try that again. I tried that a couple of years ago, but didn't work out too well for me. This one's a ground ball. This one is going to get in for a base hit. He takes it the other direction, and a 1-out hit outside to Valenzuela. And a runner now on first base with a 1 down here in the inning. And now coming up now is Reese Robinette. He has had quite the ball game. He is responsible for 2 RBIs, a big 2 RBI home run, 2-run homer in the first inning, and then he walked in the fourth, got on an air back in the fifth. Inside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes here as Ron Withrow says, let's go Mules. Make sure and share this video feed for us on social media. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Belknap, long look at first base. Here's the pitch. Outside for ball 2. It's 2 balls and no strikes now. Two balls and no strikes now to the big left-hander. Lefty versus lefty. Strike called on the inside part of the plate. 2 balls and a strike. We're coming up on the 2-hour mark here this afternoon in Poplar Bluff. We got started a little bit late. Be a JV game following this contest here. Mules down at 6-3. The wind's changing a little bit direction on us, blowing more toward center field now. Maybe you're right. Maybe back out toward left field. Got him at first base. What a throw by Jacob Balor, and Kaysen King just applied the tag. Brooks Niggett was caught napping on first base, and what a throw by Jacob Balor. My goodness, what a throw that was. He was absolutely stunned, and now there's 2 down in the inning. 3 balls and 2 strikes. It is a full count now to Reese Robinette. Boy, for Trip Belknap, how big would this be to get out of the inning right now? 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the payoff pitch by Belknap. And missed it inside as Robinette trots down to first base, drawing his 2nd walk of the ball game. So now Tanner Duncan's going to come in. He got an RBI base hit back in the 4th. Otherwise, he has flew out to Kobe Greenwald 2 other times. I know, Ron. We got to work on that, my friend. We will. We will. There's a ground ball. This one down the first base line. It is out of play. Foul ball. No balls and a strike. Baby steps, Ron. Baby steps. Tim's reading the comment over there. Jenny says, loves that feeling as a catcher, catching somebody napping. I tell you, this Jacob Balor fella, one of the best catchers that we're going to see in the state. So glad he's on our team. No balls and 2 strikes. Mules down by 3 runs. Duncan stands in. No balls and 2 strikes. This one ripped out to Valenzuela. Takes it on a hoppy, barehanded it. And they're going to go all the way to third base. And good. Oh, Axon Eisenbeis nearly lost it. Good job by him to keep it. And the runner somehow retreats back to first base. I thought he was going to second base. Good job by Valenzuela on the barehanded catch. And now it's runners on first and third base now with 2 down in the inning. So JT Williams now coming up. He's got an RBI base hit as well. JT Williams has a base hit, back in the 6th inning. Struck out twice, once in the 1st and once in the 4th. This one's taken up high for ball 1. Jenny says she taught Jacob everything he knows. I like that, Jenny. I'll run that by him later on, see what he says off the air. He'll like that comment. Runners on first and third base, 2 down in the inning. J.T. Williams, the first baseman, up at the plate right now. A strike called. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. So tomorrow, Tim, we get to turn in the headsets and focus on weather, it looks like tomorrow. Weather's going to be a primary story the next couple of days. Winds picking up yet again, blowing straight out to left field again. 1 home run in the ballgame belongs to Reese Robinette back in the first inning. A 2-run homer to begin the ballgame. Mules have played catch-up ever since. They did tie the game in the first inning. Ball in the dirt, 2 balls and a strike. So 2 balls and a strike now as the Mules trying to get out of the inning, only down by 3 runs. Trying to keep it a 3-run game right now. So now Belknap comes set. This one, it may have got him. I think it did get him. So the ball may have got him on the foot area. Bases now are loaded for Trey Gardner. So a hit by pitch. So Robinette standing on third base, Duncan on second, Williams now on first. Trey Gardner 0 for 3 in the ballgame. He has flown out to right field, flew out to center field, and grounded into a 4-6 fielder's choice back in the 6th. Takes ball 1. Lefty versus lefty, 6-3. The Kennett Indians leading Poplar Bluff. There's a fly ball. It hangs up a little bit. Greenwald comes in to make the catch, and he can't make the catch. It gets behind him. And that's going to clear the bases. 3 runs come across. It's now 9-3.
Decker, 22 for 11. 11 will re-enter. 22 for 11.
So we're going to get a pinch hitter coming in now. 9-3 is the score. And now number 22, Decker, is going to come in the ball game now. To pinch hit, Josh Decker will come in, and he'll take ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes as Decker now comes in to pinch hit. Ron Withrow, appreciate that, my friend. He's got everything going on. The TV, the radio, the iPad. Dedicated listener right there. Appreciate you, Ron. More than you know, my friend. 2 balls and no strikes. Strike called on the outside at part of the plate. Mules are now down by 6 runs. Mules coming up in the 7th inning will have 4, 5, and 6. And misses outside. Ball 3. 3 balls and a strike now. Belknap now checks the runner on second base, and here's the offering. And misses for ball 4. It is runners on first and second base now as Matt Gardner comes up. He's 0 for 3 in the ball game. He is grounded out to third base, shortstop, and he reached on a E1 back in the 6th. Runners on first and second base now. Mules down 9-3. And misses for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Cloudy day here. The skies are clearing out just a little bit, but not too much. Lights have come on at Bobby Strenfeld Field. Going to be a cloudy evening for sure. Ground ball down at the third base line. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Winds have kind of calmed down just a little bit, and I'll take it for right now. Tomorrow's going to be a much different story. Belknap comes set, and here's the 1-1 pitch. There's a fly ball. This one is going to go out toward Greenwald's way. Greenwald this time makes the play in the outfield, and the inning will come to an end, but not before 3 more runs come across on 3 hits. It took 28 pitches. It'll be King, Carr, and Rommel all due up in the bottom part of the 7th inning. You're listening to Mules Baseball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Breathe easier and extend the life of your HVAC system, plus fewer repair bills with Air Solutions Comprehensive Maintenance Plan. You'll save money and get the peace of mind that only comes from calling Air Solutions. 785-1500. First Choice Insurance. Let their family protect your family. They provide insurance for home, auto, life, health, farm, and recreational vehicles. Call today for a free quote. 573-686-2870. First Choice Insurance. Our family protecting your family.
So, final 3 outs here for the Mules, and we'll see if they're able to put together an amazing inning. Down 9-3 here in this inning as we get ready for the bottom part of the 7th inning. And for the Mules right now, it'll be Kaysen King to lead things off for Poplar Bluff, down by 6 runs, and a strike called to Kaysen King on the outside part of the plate. So Kaysen King trying to get things going here for the Mules here in the 7th inning. There's a fly ball. This one is going to hang up in the air. Gardner's going to get underneath it, and Gardner will make the catch for 1 down here in the inning. Coming up following this contest, we'll speak to head coach, I believe, Steve Edwards. He'll come up and talk with us following this contest. So 1 down here in the inning. Cannon Carr now coming up to the plate now for the Mules. He is 1 for 3 here in the ball game. So Reese Robinette in there for a call to strike 1 on Cannon Carr. No balls and a strike here to the Mules at center fielder. He was a starting pitcher today. And a little high for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike here. You can hear Coach Steve Edwards telling his team, let's work, not to give up. Strike called a little bit low, it looked like, but they're going to call it a strike. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes now. And strike 3 on the outside, a part of the plate, 2 down in the inning. So now it's all up to Ty Rommel. He is the final at bat here for the Mules. So we'll see what Ty Rommel's going to be able to do with it now, as the Mules are down by 6 runs and 2 outs in the inning. Ball missed outside. 1 ball and no strikes. And there's a strike called right down the middle. Count is even. 1 ball and 1 strike. Two balls, and or make that 1 ball, 1 strike, and this one's taken outside for ball 2. It's 2 balls and a strike. Mules down to their final out here of the ball game, down by 6 runs. And this one's grounded down the third base line. It is foul. Coming up, we'll talk live to head coach Steve Edwards of the Mules, I believe. We'll pick his brain on the game itself. Mules did stand toe-to-toe with the reigning state champions for sure, no doubt about it. And here's the 2-2 pitch on the way. Just misses up high. Ty Rommel stands in 0 for 2 in the ball game. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The Mules DH batter. And here's the next pitch. This one just got a hold of it to stay alive. It's fouled out of play. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Robinette, 61 pitches here in the ball game. Ty Rommel, final chance for the Mules with 2 down in the inning. Mules, 1 game over 500 this season. And missed it, and he's on base with a 2-out walk. Ball 4, and Ty Rommel trots down to first base. Noah Spain. We're going to get a pinch runner here for Ty Rommel. It'll be Chase Taylor. Noah Spain now coming up to the plate now. He's 1 for 3. Spain got a base hit back in the first inning. Since then, grounded out and struck out. 2 down in the inning. And here's the first offering here to Spain. Spain grounds it to the second baseman, and that will be the ball game as Poplar Bluff goes to 3-3 on the season, right back to 500. And this game, it took 2 hours and 4 minutes to bring it to you. We'll come right back, and we will have much more coming up on the post-game report. Mules fall today 9-3 on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Some things have changed since 1952. We changed our name, expanded our territory, and added branches in the communities we serve. But the most important thing remains the same. We treat our members like family. Experience the credit union difference. Ozark Federal Credit Union. Membership eligibility required. Insured by NCUA.
Christian Automotive and Tire. Quality name brand tires that you know and trust. They also have ASE certified mechanics that have the training, tools, and knowledge to fix your vehicle right the first time. Business 67 South in Poplar Bluff.
And we are back here live on the post-game report. Joining us now, the head coach of Poplar Bluff, head coach Steve Edwards. And, Coach, even though the Mules didn't come away with the win, I still thought that we were very game all the way through, went toe-to-toe with the reigning state champions. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think Kennett's a good team, but, we're a pretty good team too. We can't make errors, and like we talked about before, we can't make the game bigger than what it is and stuff, and I thought we hit the ball well. Their first pitcher, Duncan, he's a good pitcher, did good. Robinette came in. Just to be honest, we're not going to see anybody better than that, and we hit the ball, so we're going to be fine.
Absolutely. And, of course, here today, talk about the errors and that wind. I know you don't want to make excuses, but the wind played a big role in a lot of what we did here. 3 errors overall by my calculations. How difficult was it for the outfield today to make those plays?
Yeah, it was difficult, but, I mean, that's why we put you in the spot. I mean, and you know, I wear it. You know, that loss is on me. It's not on the boys. Like I said, extreme ownership. Whenever we win, I give them all the credit. When we lose, I'll take the blame. You know, I thought the guys were ready. I thought the guys were in the right places and stuff, and apparently I had a couple times they weren't. I thought we gave a run up when we didn't come home earlier in the game, and then, you know, the ball went down the track and the guy tripped, and I was like, we got to go. I mean, you got to go on that kind of stuff against a team like this. I feel really good about our team and where we're at right now. We're in a great spot still, you know. Just because we lost today don't mean we're going to lose the conference. You know, we only got 1 loss. They got 1 loss. They got to beat Jackson. We got to beat Jackson. I mean, and we got to beat Notre Dame. We got to beat Sykeston, you know. So anything can go, and we're not giving up on the conference yet, and we're going to get after it, and we're going to keep growing to get better, and we're going to try to, you know, work on the plan. The plan at the plate I thought was pretty good overall. In-game adjustment when Robinette came in, I thought we could have made a little bit more of an adjustment on that. But, you know, then again, you know, it was kind of a little too late when I was trying to get people to do certain things, so it was on me. I'll take full responsibility for a loss.
I thought Cannon Carr, coach, did a great job on the mound today. I mean, 5 2/3 innings, and he retired 7 batters in a row at one point. I thought he looked pretty good.
Cannon Carr looked amazing today, and actually he was 3 pitches away from his pitch count, and I just decided to go ahead and take him out and not let him start on the other guy. And nothing against Carr. Carr did amazing. You know, Carr throws like that, we're going to be in every game. And then, you know, the bullpen's doing well. Tripp is doing well.
Great.
You know, Brady, we didn't throw him today. And, you know, now it's time to get a couple things worked out, and we'll go to West Plains and play a doubleheader on Saturday, and we'll have to see some things there. And we'll move people around for sure there, too.
Last question, Coach. Before the West Plains games coming up on Saturday, what are some things that you may work on coming up Thursday and Friday to get ready for those 2 big games against Neosho and West Plains on Saturday?
Well, basically being in the right position, you know, and these guys here, they work hard every day, and you know, but I thought, you know, late in the game, I don't want to get the inning wrong on the top of my head. They scored 2 in 1 inning, and it was on 2 errors. Because fundamentally we got to be at the right spot, and we weren't, and that's my fault. You know, I put a guy in a couple different positions today. I mean, Dylan Hall did great in the outfield today. He made some plays for us, hawked down some plays. You know, I'm where we're at right now, I'm extremely happy with the team. We're a young team. We're hitting the ball well. We're having a lot of fun. I'm excited about where we're going. We saw one of the top-notch pitchers, 2 pitchers in southeast Missouri. So if we can, I mean, I don't have I think 7 hits today. You know, you ring up 7 hits against that pitching staff there, you're doing something right. So now I feel really good about where we're at the plate. All we got to do is clean a couple of little things up on defense. And like I said, it's my fault because we're shifting people around and stuff, and maybe they're just not accustomed to, you know, being in that moment. And you know, I think we had fun. I thought we had confidence. We were dogs at times. But even on errors, we didn't quit. And that's an important aspect of the team right now, is because it's young in the season. We got young guys out there, and not quitting on the game, not quitting on yourself, not quitting on your team, and staying in the moment and understanding. Jacob Balor had an amazing back pick, you know.
Absolutely.
And you know, and that's our team. We're going to be gritty. We're going to get after it and stuff. So, you know, I'm happy. I'm not going to sit here and wear this one long. You know, everyone knows how much I like to win. I hate to lose when I like to win. But, you know, we got it. We got to grow. You got to grow. And that's where we're going to be.
I'm going to recommend player of the game to you, even though we didn't get the win. I thought Cannon Carr deserves that honor today by far.
For sure. I thought he did great. He did great on the bump. He hit the ball well. I think, you know, like I said, there's a lot of bright moments in there. You take away 3 or 4 of our misplays, you know, I think we win the game. I really do. So, you know, it is what it is. But, you know, hey, it's time to go back to the drawing board, put some things together, have chalkboard talk tomorrow, bad weather, probably be in the classroom, talk about some things, and, you know, give the guys a day and get ready for this weekend.
Coach, I look forward to Saturday afternoon in West Plains, my friend. Thank
Yes,
you
sir.
for the
Thank
time.
you. Appreciate
You betcha. Coach Steve Edwards joining us live here this afternoon. The Mules falling today 9-3. And, of course, you look at this Mules team, and, of course, honestly, they have done very, very well, even though the Mules may not have come away with a win here today. Still, they did phenomenal work, and, of course, they do fall to 3-3 on the season. But other than that, the Mules, I thought, played very, very well. So what we will do is we're going to get you to regular programming on the radio side of things. And, of course, we will also be back on Saturday afternoon. And, of course, we will have that game for you live coming up on Saturday. And we're going to be live over in the West Plains area for those games. So make sure and tune in on Saturday as we get ready for the games coming up between Poplar Bluff and Neosho, and then Poplar Bluff and West Plains on Saturday. I'm Frankie Castillo for Tim Hicks. We're going to say so